He is the man behind some of the biggest songs of the last 2 decades, the producer who helped shape the sound of a generation, the guy who, by his own admission, nobody expected to end up with one of the most beloved women in Hollywood. She is the actress, the entrepreneur, the woman whose warmth and authenticity made the entire world fall in love with her, on screen and off. And somehow, in the most unexpected, most unscripted, most beautifully imperfect way, Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez found each other, and the world has not stopped talking about it since. But today, we are going beyond the headlines. We are going into the full story, how they met, the role their close friend Lil Dicky played in bringing them together, and the wedding secrets that have been carefully kept from the public. Stay with me. This is the story nobody has told completely until now. When Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco went public with their relationship in late 2023, the internet had opinions, loud ones. Some people were confused, some were skeptical, and some, the ones who knew Benny's story, completely understood. Because Benny Blanco is not just a producer. He is one of the most genuinely warm, funny, creative, and deeply loyal people in the music industry. And Selena Gomez, despite everything she has been through, is a woman who has always ultimately chosen love. Today, we are exploring the full picture, who these people are individually, how their worlds collided, the friendships, including Lil Dicky, that played a role in their connection, and what we know about their future together. Let's start at the very beginning. To understand this love story, you first have to understand Benny Blanco, because most people know his name from credits, but they do not know the person. Benjamin Joseph Levin, known professionally as Benny Blanco, was born on March 8, 1988, in Reston, Virginia. From a young age, he was obsessed with music, not performing it, creating it. He wanted to be the person in the room making the magic happen behind the scenes. He got his first big break as a teenager when he began working with producer Disco Reed. By the time he was in his early 20s, Benny Blanco had already co-written and produced some of the most recognizable songs in pop music. The list of artists he has worked with reads like a Hall of Fame: Katy Perry, Rihanna, Ed Sheeran, Justin Bieber, Maroon 5, Halsey, The Weeknd, Sia, Kendrick Lamar. He produced Maroon 5's Moves Like Jagger. He co-wrote Katy Perry's Teenage Dream. He was behind Ed Sheeran's global smash East Side. But what makes Benny Blanco different from other super producers is his personality. He is famously, almost aggressively, himself. He is goofy, self-deprecating, and completely unbothered by Hollywood pretension. He posts videos of himself cooking chaotic meals. He laughs at himself constantly. He is, by every account of everyone who knows him, exactly the same person in private as he is in public. In an industry full of carefully constructed personas, Benny Blanco's greatest asset has always been his complete inability to be anything other than exactly who he is. And that authenticity, that rare, unguarded realness, would eventually become exactly what Selena Gomez needed most. Selena Gomez's story is one of the most publicly documented journeys of self-discovery of her generation. Born on July 22, 1992 in Grand Prairie, Texas, she entered the entertainment industry as a child and became a Disney Channel star with Wizards of Waverly Place before transitioning into one of the most successful pop careers of the 2010s. But beyond the music and the acting, Selena's story has been defined by her extraordinary honesty about her personal struggles. Her very public on and off relationship that dominated tabloid headlines for years. Her lupus diagnosis and the kidney transplant that saved her life in 2017, with her best friend Francia Raisa donating the kidney. Her bipolar disorder diagnosis, which she spoke about openly and with tremendous courage. She stepped back from the spotlight at various points, not because her career demanded it, but because her health required it. And each time she came back more grounded, more purposeful, and more herself. By the time 2023 arrived, Selena Gomez was in perhaps the most settled, self-aware place of her adult life. She had built Rare Beauty into a billion-dollar brand. She had received a Golden Globe nomination for Only Murders in the Building. She had stopped measuring her worth by her relationship status. She had done the work, the therapy, the boundaries, the hard conversations with herself about what she actually needed from love. Not what looked good, not what made sense on paper, but what actually made her feel safe and seen and genuinely happy. She was ready. She just did not know it yet. Now here is where the story gets genuinely interesting, because the thread connecting Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez more tightly than most people realize runs directly through one person, David Byrd, known to the world as Lil Dicky. Lil Dicky, the rapper, comedian, and creator of the hit FX series Dave, has been one of Benny Blanco's closest friends for years. The two share a sense of humor, a love of music, and a genuine loyalty to each other that goes beyond industry connections. Benny Blanco appeared in Dave, the semi-autobiographical comedy series in which Lil Dicky plays a fictionalized version of himself pursuing rap stardom. The show became a critical and cultural hit, celebrated for its humor, its heart, and its surprisingly deep exploration of friendship, identity, and ambition. Selena Gomez is also connected to this world, through music, through shared social circles, and through the kind of organic Hollywood friendships that form when genuinely good people end up in the same rooms over many years. Lil Dicky has spoken warmly about both Benny and Selena in interviews, and while he has been appropriately private about the details of how their relationship developed, it is widely understood within their circle that the overlapping friendships, the shared dinners, the late-night studio sessions, the casual gatherings of close friends, created the environment in which Benny and Selena's connection grew naturally. This is how real love stories actually happen, not with grand gestures and dramatic moments, but in the comfortable, unguarded spaces between people who already trust the people around them. Benny Blanco and Selena Gomez did not meet as strangers. Their worlds had been overlapping for years before anything romantic developed between them. Benny had worked in music circles that intersected with Selena's career going back years. They had mutual friends, deep, genuine mutual friends, not the transactional acquaintances that Hollywood often produces, people who knew both of them well enough to see what the other might need. What is known is that their friendship deepened significantly throughout 2022 and into 2023. They spent time together in low-key private settings. Benny cooked for her, which, if you know anything about Benny Blanco, is one of his primary love languages. He is famous among his friends for cooking elaborate, sometimes chaotic, always memorable meals. Selena has spoken about how different this felt from other relationships, how there was no performance involved, how Benny made her laugh, genuinely, deeply laugh, in a way that felt completely free, how he never made her feel like she needed to be Selena Gomez, the icon. He just wanted to be around Selena, the person. In December 2023, Selena confirmed the relationship publicly on social media after fan speculation had been building for weeks. Her response to critics who questioned the pairing was immediate and clear. She posted that he was her absolute everything, that she had never been happier. And anyone who looked closely at her in this period could see it was true. She looked lighter, more joyful, more at ease in her own skin than she had appeared in years. In December 2024, the news broke that Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco were engaged. The announcement sent the internet into a complete celebration. Fans who had watched Selena's journey for years felt genuinely moved by the milestone. The engagement was announced with a series of photos on Selena's Instagram, intimate, warm, and completely in keeping with the tone of their entire relationship. No elaborate staged photo shoot, no carefully choreographed reveal, just two people, clearly in love, sharing a moment with the world on their own terms. The ring, a stunning oval diamond, immediately became one of the most talked about engagement rings in recent memory. Benny had clearly put tremendous thought into the choice, selecting something that felt personal and meaningful rather than simply expensive and showy. What made the announcement particularly special was the reaction of those closest to them. Friends from both their worlds responded with a warmth and enthusiasm that felt completely genuine. This was not a Hollywood coupling that surprised their inner circle. This was something their closest friends had seen building for a long time and had been rooting for. Selena's mother, Mandy Teefee, who has always been one of the most important figures in Selena's life, expressed her joy openly. The approval of family, on both sides, added a layer of meaning to the engagement that went beyond the public celebration. Now let's talk about what everyone wants to know: the wedding. Because since the engagement was announced, speculation about when, where, and how Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco will get married has been constant. What is clear from everything both of them have said publicly is that this will not be a traditional Hollywood spectacle. Neither Benny nor Selena is drawn to the kind of massive celebrity-saturated events that dominate entertainment news. Both of them have spoken repeatedly about valuing intimacy, privacy, and genuine connection over public performance. Sources close to the couple have indicated that the wedding will be intentionally small: close family, closest friends, the kind of gathering where every person in the room is someone who has genuinely been part of their lives, not someone who is there because their attendance generates a headline. The location has been kept carefully private. There has been speculation about a destination ceremony, somewhere beautiful, somewhere meaningful, somewhere that reflects the warmth and personality of the couple rather than the expectations of the industry they work in. What is known is that Benny has been deeply involved in the planning, which surprises no one who knows him. He is not a passive participant in any area of his life. He brings the same creative energy and personal investment to everything he cares about. And this wedding is clearly something he cares about profoundly. Selena has spoken about wanting the day to feel like them. Not like a production, not like a performance, like a real celebration of a real love story, with the people who were actually there for it. What strikes every person who follows Benny and Selena's relationship closely is this: before they were a couple, they were genuinely friends, and that foundation changes everything. The most durable love stories are built on friendship first, on the kind of knowing that comes from seeing someone in their ordinary moments, not just their best ones, on laughing together before you fall in love, on trusting someone with your real thoughts before you trust them with your heart. Benny Blanco knew Selena Gomez, her humor, her fears, her needs, her boundaries, before he was in a relationship with her, and she knew him, not the producer with the platinum records, the man who cooks chaotic meals and laughs at himself and shows up for his friends at 2 a.m. when they need him. Lil Dicky, in various interviews, has spoken about Benny as one of the most genuinely good people he knows, and Selena's own journey, her therapy, her self-work, her hard-earned clarity about what she needs from love, prepared her to recognize genuine goodness when she found it. Their relationship also represents something important for the millions of people who have followed Selena's story. It represents the idea that after pain, real pain, public pain, the kind of pain that gets written about in tabloids and dissected on the internet, you can find something quiet and steady and real. That love does not have to be dramatic to be deep, that the right person might be someone you have known for a long time, hiding in plain sight, waiting for both of you to be ready at the same time. Benny Blanco, Lil Dicky, and Selena Gomez represent something genuinely beautiful about how real connections form in the modern world. They are three people who built careers on authenticity, on being exactly who they are, unapologetically, in industries that constantly pressure people to be something else. And that shared commitment to realness brought them into each other's lives in ways that have clearly meant the world to all of them. Benny found the love of his life in the most unexpected place, in a friendship that deepened quietly over time until it became something neither of them could imagine living without. Selena found what she had always deserved: someone who sees her completely, loves her genuinely, and makes her laugh every single day. And somewhere in the middle of all of it, in the studio sessions and the shared dinners and the late-night conversations that only the closest friends get to witness, a love story was written that the whole world is now lucky enough to celebrate. The wedding details may still be a secret, but the love story itself has never been more visible. Thank you for watching. Share this with someone who believes in love stories, and leave a comment. What do you love most about Benny and Selena's journey together? I will see you in the next one.